Hello, my name is Ramiro Peroso, and I'm the father of two beautiful boys. The first boy's name is Rio, he's in heaven, and the second one is Rodrigo, he's here with us. When I thought about becoming a father, I thought I was gonna, you see in movies, you go in, you have your stuff, and then you get to cut the cord and do all that. I didn't have none of that. I was sorry for enough. We're my wife, we had everything planned to have everything happen here in Detroit. But we went to Toledo to do her baby shower. And while we were getting ready for that weekend, I remember wake up in the morning, my wife is having pains. And at that point, she was in bed rest because we had two twin boys that were growing. And I'm tall, she's tall, and they were taking a lot of space, and they told us that they might come early. There's a possibility, but don't think about that, think about the positive. And then while we're in there, she's like, I'm having pain, let me go to the restroom. When she goes to the restroom, she's like, I feel it, I think they're here. And she wasn't lying. They were like right there, about to come out. And then I didn't know what to do, and then I just called the paramedics, and they came, the ambulance came, luckily they came fast. And then after that, I didn't know what to do. I was like, let me get my phone, my wallet, and let's just go. And then when we are driving to the hospital, I'm just driving behind the ambulance, just thinking about, okay, how is this gonna work? Because they came early. They were born at 25 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, so obviously it wasn't what I had in mind, but that's what life presented to me. So I'm like, I gotta be a man and be able to, perform and execute, because luckily my wife was good at having those conversations during the pregnancy about, if everything goes well, okay, the information, but if everything goes south, I want you to be ready to make those decisions. And I'm glad she did that. Why? I don't know, maybe it was God or life just getting us ready for that moment. And then when we get to the hospital, and then while we're getting ready, they're saying like, no, they're coming, we cannot keep them in. They just take her, as they had to do an emergency C-section. And at that moment, I just was left behind. My mother-in-law came later, but during those moments that I was by myself, I'm like, what's gonna happen? She's gonna make it? Are they gonna come out? My kids are gonna come out early. Are they gonna have any issues? Because they're not growing inside of her. So at that moment, I don't know, everything moved really fast. I felt like I was in a movie. And then when the doctor came out, he was saying like, hey, they came out, everything is okay, your wife's stable, but one kid is more stable than the other. The one that is not, I don't know, there's a lot of complications if he makes it out of it. Unfortunately, after a week or so, he passed. The staff was really good at helping us and giving us that moment. We stayed in the NICU for 3 months, 94 days. So during that time, I never left the room. And every person that came in, I was like, who are you? What are you doing? What are you here for? And I felt like that moment, something that kicked in. As soon as we came out, I'm like, what are you doing here? Because I'm like, I already lost a kid. I'm not trying to lose another one. And not only advocate, but also research, like you were saying, like learning, and also finding out there are alternatives. Because I realized that while we were in the NICU, obviously my babies were born premature, and they wanted them to give them, I think the milk was something, I think it was called Cerelac, but yeah. that's what it's given by the insurances, and it's the cheapest thing that they can give the kids, and that's causing neck. So a lot of kids are dying of that, but they keep giving it because it's cheap, and they're just giving it by the insurance. I'm like, why you keep doing that if you know that might be the outcome to a baby that is premature? What are the other alternatives? Why don't we try something different? Because you are telling me something, but that doesn't mean that's the only option. There are other ways. So that's why one of my advices was for anybody that's going through this, or future parents, just advocate, and always ask questions.